Nope, can't talk about it.
Don't want to talk about it.
Nope.
Now, as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important, we apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Trenton.
And I'm Sean. And that might have been the smoothest intro we have ever done in almost a year of time.
Yes. Easily. My ear doesn't hurt.
There you go.
Ryan's not automatically cracking up because of my reaction, but there we go. Now we
and I'm not. And we'll just continue the delay because it usually delayed our start. But welcome to this newest edition of the RTS show, where we're going to be talking some New York, some hoops, the NFL, and some soccer. But no horse talk tonight, guys. I promise.
Aww.
But before we get started, it is the 11th of July. Some significant stuff has happened in history. Can you guys name who made their major league debut on this day in 1914?
Ty Cobb.
It was with the Boston Red Sox.
Babe Ruth.
Correct.
I was going to say that.
Ding. Today, also, guys, is National Blueberry Muffin Day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, on that.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Don't need the blueberry muffins.
Tuna salad Dr. Pepper that you sent over.
I always send that over for Ryan just because of all
I know.
This,
I don't even like, if you don't like what's in it, besides the Dr. Pepper, come on. Tuna salad. Ugh. Gross.
Yeah.
Who likes tuna salad?
Who wants
Who
mayo
likes it?
Dr. Pepper? It's the same thing. Like saying, what?
I would try.
Oh, golly.
Mayo's a little bit sweet, you know. You might.
No, I don't know that.
Well, no, we're not going for this whole sweet and salty crap not with that combo.
I don't need mayo. I don't need mayo in my Dr. Pepper. I don't need a pickle in my Dr. Pepper. I don't need
pickles.
I don't need an Italian club in my Dr. Pepper. Like if I want all that, if I'm gonna do all that, I'm gonna go to Jersey Mike's and I'm gonna get me a sandwich and some chips and maybe a Dr. Pepper. Like I don't know. Don't need all that in there. Pickle. Have you seen the new trend? The pickle sub.
Yeah.
I think
all these places are doing it now. Yep. You know that Jimmy John's did that a long time ago too, a real long time ago.
Oh really?
They used to do it. Yeah, I used to eat at the one in Stephenville at my old job, and they were doing it all the time. They would do a pickle submarine, you know.
Someone explain this to me.
They scoop out the pickle and make a sandwich out of the pickle. They slice it in half. They take like the largest pickle that you can find.
Someone explain this to me.
Yeah, and they scoop out the pickle and they put all your cold cuts, your cheese, your lettuce, and then make a sandwich.
So you get meat. You don't.
Yes.
They just okay. I
put the
just
meat inside the pickle.
Okay. Okay. I'm just thinking like you're basically putting relish on a roll. Like, come on.
No, the pickle's the roll, basically.
Relish on a roll, man.
Relish on a roll.
Oh yes, can I get the relish on a roll? Let's add mayo.
Toasted both sides, please.
Both sides.
I know. I saw some TikTok thing where some deli, it may have been New York,
it is.
And they had like a line of like 300 people.
Yeah, I guess
waiting to get this sub.
I guess they've done it before, and then the lady on TikTok, I guess somebody that works there, their sister or something, posted on TikTok, and ever since then they've blown up. Like he said he went from ordering I saw it on the news, and it was like, I guess he ordered a pail of pickles a week to ordering like, what did it say, like 35?
Like a pallet.
Like
a pallet of pickles.
It's like, and then they keep running out, and I'm like, man, that's wild. I'm not that big of a pickle guy. I mean, I like pickles, but I don't always. I guess I don't always want them. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd like that. I don't know.
Here's your hack: take a jar of Vlasic pickles and pour. Take a couple of the pickles out, but pour some ranch seasoning in it. Shake it up. A package of ranch. Shake it up. Put it in the fridge. You got a nice ranch pickle there.
Okay. I'm glad you explained it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
chef. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
What is this shit? So, moving along, guys. I just got back from New York, and
New York.
Fantastic time. My dad's 75th surprise birthday party was pulled off with success. Big shout out to
we'll say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, old man. Love you. So great to see him. But my props to my stepmom, Kathy, aka the same name as my real mom, Kathy.
Yeah.
So, but this is Kathy, the all-natural chef. Fantastic chef, really smart. She can pull some amazing shit off when it comes to taking care of my dad. And so everybody check out her little up and coming company called Eat Like the Rainbow. It's nothing but it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I think that's the slogan, but don't get mad at me. But we went to the Yankees game against the Red Sox. First time for me at the new Yankee Stadium. It was beautiful. They try to emulate some of the dimensions that my dad told me of the old Yankee Stadium, but it just didn't feel like it had the same home and field advantage. I think that's what's happened with a lot of these new stadiums. It's more design than actual using what it's for. But beautiful ballpark. And it was not a very good game for the Yankees. The fans and all over the stadium were clapping, "Fuck the Red Sox," "Fuck the Reds." Even these little kids, man. I did. That was pretty cool. The roll call, where it starts in right field and it kind of rolls around to right center where we were, and they would start and just call everybody's name out, like,
nice.
Aaron Judge,
Aaron Judge, and then they would all do a little, signal to the crowd. So that was really cool. But great time in New York. But on our way to the game, we had a little bit of controversy as me and my daughter had to go through iPhoneGate. Now, if you ever want to see a teenager break down, we were on the subway, the great trains, the trains to the ballpark. We're all sitting together. We get off, and we're heading to the stadium. And then all of a sudden, my daughter just freaks out, and she's tearing through her purse like 2 or 3 times. She had left her phone on the train. So she was pretty distraught. Yep. So we sent everybody along, and then me and her stayed back at the train, trying to figure out a game plan. But thankfully for technology, I was able to track the phone. A conductor on the train seemed to have picked it up and took it in their possession, so it wasn't stolen. So I was able to track it.
That's good.
As it was moving down the train. So it took a couple hours, but we got some bonding time. But when the train where the phone was, we had to run in real quick and try to find the phone because they're all got to stay on schedule. So I saw the conductor. I saw the conductor, and I was like, "I'm looking for my daughter's phone." And he's like, "I got it." And he goes, "It's 2 cars down." I'm like, "Okay." And Emma had already gotten on the train because we had a game plan that if the train where the phone is, just get on the train and we'll deal with what we need to do next, So the conductor's like, "Get on the train or off." So I jump on and we take off, and he's like, "All right, follow me." So I got to walk through the trains as the trains were moving. I felt like I was in an action movie,
Watch
Make
your
sure
step.
man,
watch
it's
your
really
step.
cool. Watch out, Keanu, or call me if you need a stunt double. But anyways, we were able to track it. Yep, we were able to track it and get to the ballpark on time. So, disaster averted.
Yay.
So,
Thank God for Find My
yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah, I was trying to tell her, I was like, if this had been a flip phone or even like when Blackberries or the little phones that had the keypad, she's like, yeah, I know I had one.
Or an Android.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to find it. And I would
Nah.
have just been,
I got
I
an
would have been,
Android. I have a Find My Phone access to it. Would I have found it? Probably not. No. But
so that felt pretty cool. But what can you do? And I just paid that sucker off too, so I was just like, oh, gotta find it. But we did. Had a great time at the game. Yankees are in big trouble. They need to make a lot of upgrades before the trade deadline. But we'll get to that at another time. Last night, guys.
They're not that bad off. Damn.
I mean,
yes, they are.
What was their percentage of Red Sox fans, though? What percentage of the stadium was Red Sox?
Well, based on where we were sitting, I'd say it was 75-25, but where we were. But there were some Red Sox fans there that were just great. Like they'd get up and just cheer, and one dude like had the whole section just pissed off because one guy is like, "Sit down, I'm gonna kick your ass," and it's like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's bragging,
cheering for his team,
right? Because they were winning,
Yeah.
So it was kind of a low game. We should have been more offensive because the game before the Yankees had scored 14 runs, so we were thinking, maybe it'll happen, but that's just the way baseball is, and but
at least you made it on TV.
Yeah, so funny story. Supposedly, my son got on the jumbotron during the game. I think my stepmom got a video of it, and my dad, on the jumbotron, they put "Happy 75th Birthday, Randy Zeiss." We love you. So that was really cool. And then, awesome. The next day, a coworker of my dad texts him, and she's like, "Were you at the Yankee game last night? Because I'm pretty sure I saw you." And so,
that's cool.
And my dad made national baseball video.
Right.
There you go.
However you want to word that. So props. So but it was cool seeing aunts and uncles. But we won't bore anybody else unless we want to talk USA hoops, as they had to come back from a 11-1 start in the first quarter against Team Canada, and they pulled it out, but it was a little rough at first, guys. Is this a sign of things to come, or is this just kind of them getting used to each other and learning how to play?
You got me. I didn't watch the game. I watched receiver instead, but
Receiver.
I don't know. I think that second point you said about them all probably getting used to each other and stuff is probably going to take some time. I mean, I'm sure they've been practicing, but I think now it's kind of go time. It's kind of where they start kind of, getting their groove and everything. With the team they have, it's if they don't bring home gold, I mean, it's a complete disappointment. I mean, this is hands down one of the top two. Those 12 guys, those are really good NBA players. And this is like back in the 90s kind of team. So it's like they better go dominate. I mean, I know now the NBA is more global, so there's a lot more better players and stuff across the board. And other teams are still very competitive. And but it's no shoe-in thing. But man, with the particular team, I mean, golly, it's an awesome squad. And they better go take care of business. There will not be any other way of no one else sees it that if they don't bring home gold, I mean, they're never going to hear the end of it. It's a failure. They're never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah, it's a failure if they don't bring home gold for sure. I mean, I think it's possibly just, the chemistry's got to grow for sure. I'm glad they're getting these practice games in before the real games, and that's good, but I don't know. We'll see. I think it was just let's get to know each other and let's see how we do in a competitive environment. And, Canada's not just, they do have Dylan Brooks and SGA. They're not exactly like a
Jamal Murray too.
Yeah,
Jamal Murray, Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
They're not just like a soft team,
Right.
This isn't a team they're going to beat by 50. So, but
they're not a pushover.
Still, we'll see. Like T said, it's gold or it's a bust. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to ask the most obvious question: this team versus the '92 team, the Dream Team.
Oh, get out of here!
Oh, come on!
What? Y'all are taking 92?
100%.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Now let's see. Are we going to play this soft ass 2024 basketball? Or are we going to play real defensive basketball like they did in the 90s?
Yeah, that's a good question. Question.
How are we going to play here?
I don't know.
If we play this soft ass shit, well, the 92 team will foul out. So,
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll actually play defense. So.
They'll foul out in the first
quarter.
But
if you compare some of the players, like, okay, Anthony Davis, Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
What?
In a heartbeat.
No way.
Anthony Davis? Why?
For the physicality.
Why?
I think.
Why? He's 6'10", 220. He's a skinny little dude. Ewing would dominate him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He plays a real
Ewing
center
can't even
position.
make a layup in the most critical shot of his life. Anthony Davis can hit threes. Ewing can't.
Oh.
Ewing is not Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, thank you, AD. Come on.
No
you can hit a three. Good job for you.
Okay, LeBron cancels Jordan out, right?
Well, I'd take Jordan over LeBron.
Yeah. I would too.
Right, but I'm saying as playing.
Cancel. Yes, you're right.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I think
Kevin Durant or Larry Bird.
Well, Bird, we're talking the state of the players, right? When they were playing the Olympics, right?
Yeah,
That's
Bird
true.
was a little bit older, obviously.
That's true.
Bird retired 10 days after the Olympics ended.
KD's 35. I mean, he ain't no spring chicken either.
Okay, so you're talking youngsters, Anthony Edwards, Christian Laettner.
Well, Edwards, come on.
I'll take Laettner all day. I'm kidding.
But Charles Barkley, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot.
Charles Barkley or Bam Adebayo?
Well, that's Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
anyways,
Charles for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be great, but I don't know. It's just, okay, Steph Curry or John Stockton?
Curry.
Stockton.
What?
Stockton? Why, you want to see him in those shorts again?
No, I would take Curry, but who's a real point guard and who's not? Curry's not really, I mean...
True.
Not a true point guard in the sense, but Curry's a better player, no doubt. I agree with you there.
So I don't know. It'd be pretty close.
It's a tough debate. I think
they'd probably only win by 30. The 92 team, I'd say by 30.
Good God,
maybe 35.
No way.
They would.
If that game got to a 3-point shooting contest, if it's played this century or even the old rules. Because these guys can hit from, 30, 32
No, because they would be defended at the 3-point line. The defense they play on the 3-point line now, there is no defense on the 3-point line. Why do you think Steph hits all these threes? No one's defending him. He's wide open. They go back to the free throw elbow to defend him on the 3-point line. How many contested threes? Yeah, how many contested threes do you see him actually shoot? He's wide open every time.
Well, that's because he makes himself wide open. They run. He's one of the best.
Yeah, he does a good job on that, but
I don't know. Again, it's hard. It's if you just, I think if you look at it on paper, I think is what Sean was basically asking overall, and just be like, who would you take? It's like I would take It's hard not to take this team, but like. I think I'd take 92 team just because of I think the chemistry they had since we've seen it. And so, but I mean, again, it just goes back to how basketball's changed so much, it's evolved into a completely different sport. It's not nearly as physical, and part of me, I get that. The other part of me, it's like you never see anybody really back down anybody like Charles would do back in the day. That big old rump of his, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, he's under the rim. And just don't see stuff like that anymore. But I don't know. It's a tough debate. I would go old school though. I think that's where my heart lays. It always will. And so
competitiveness.
That too.
They cared about winning more. This new team cares about what kind of stats am I going to have.
No,
I got to pad my stats. They do. They don't give a shit. They're all about, I got to get a triple-double or I suck.
They better care about
I don't give a fuck if we win or not.
They better care about winning gold or else none of them will ever hear it. They'll never hear the end of it.
There's a reason why we question it, That's why.
Well, I think
they're not as competitive.
Well, I think that's one of those things, but let's see them turn it up and see if they can bring that, maybe a little bit of that old school flair to the court and do what they should do.
Yeah, and the world has come around too,
Absolutely.
The world's come around. They're a lot better now than they were in 92. I get that. A lot better. So.
No doubt.
Yeah, because, the 92 team was blowing out, Albania, Slovenia, one of those Anias by 60. And, no one had seen that. But I don't know.
You know what? I saw a cool video. UConn women's coach Gino Ariema was talking about the difference in today's athletes versus the European athletes. Like today in America, we do 6 games compared to one practice. And he goes, in Europe, they do 6 practices for 1 game. He goes, that's the difference, is the coaching is different over there, They coach them up, and that's why you see these guys coming over like Luka, like Joker, their fundamentals are off the charts because they practice so much more than they do in the U.S. The U.S., it's all about the shots. It's all about the stats. In Europe, it's about the fundamentals of the game. And that's what's lacking, I think, from a lot of the American players is the fundamentals of the game. Dribbling, passing, they're all about
basketball.
Shooting. Yeah. So
I thought that's what basketball was, right?
He dribbles.
I'm not saying do 1950s basketball or we score 60 points, but
I think that's what you want. You want a 78 to 75 basketball game
with a Mayo.
I don't know. I can't wait for halftime restock.
Re-up on my
but
Mayo.
No, I just hope that the U.S. team doesn't treat this like the All-Star Game, where it's like,
that's what yep.
Let me show you what we can do. You need the one thing, like you guys said, 92 team, really good chemistry. Nobody really dominated the ball or had killer stats. It was just smooth across the board. But that's how this team has got to play. Whether it's putting the young guys out more early in the tournament and keep the older guys fresh, or change up the lineups. Don't screw around and play basketball, because we have more talent. But like you guys said, fundamentals is a key aspect.
Competitiveness too.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I want the U.S. to win. I know they can win. I really do hope they win, but I'm prepared for disappointment.
Yeah,
if it happens. Unfortunately, I am.
I'm not going to disagree with Ryan at all on that. That's exactly where I lay. I generally like most of that team. I guess I like everybody but LeBron. I'm just not a big LeBron fan. That's just all it is. I respect and appreciate what he's done. I used to be, but when he started jumping ship and all that, I'm like, got old. But it's hard to sit here and go, oh yeah, they're going to go out there and they're going to put people away real quick and do all that stuff. That's just hard to have that confidence. It's really hard to. They should. This on paper is a great team, but we'll see how their chemistry is. What do y'all think about Jaylen Brown not being on there?
Stupid.
Yeah,
I think
Derek White over him.
Derek White.
How do you have the other
great player?
Yeah, but
man, man, I don't know about that.
I don't understand that.
I don't
What
either.
else does this guy have to do to get like any kind of respect? Conference
Right?
Finals MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and a spot comes open, and they've already got Drew Holiday, they've already got Jason Tatum. Oh, hey, Derek White, you want to
Yeah.
play? You know, and it's like, yeah, he's good, he's great. Don't get me wrong, just got his new
Right.
deal, but yeah, give Brown some freaking love, man. Like, I don't get it.
No, I don't either. I honestly don't. I didn't know that was a thing. I just saw that Derek White was
Yeah,
out, and I was like,
and I saw
cool.
Kawhi went out. Why didn't they replace him with a forward? You know, like Jaylen Brown is like that forward that they could have replaced him with.
He's a
They have
younger,
enough point
healthier,
guards.
right?
They
Yeah.
have, Halliburton. I mean, they have enough guards on the team right now as it is. So I don't know.
I heard someone call him Kawhi Leonard 2.0, and I was like, right on. I guess that does make sense, but I don't know. It's kind of crappy. You know what I mean? Like that dude. He had the highest paid contract too before Tatum signed. Is that right? Tatum this year
Mhm.
signed or whichever.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I guess the thing is I do understand why he I think gets the I guess the schneid, what you want to call it, because I think it's his attitude of like he don't give a crap. You know what I mean? He don't like he has that attitude of like I don't care what you have to say, I don't care what like and all that, and I think some of the I guess not writers but the media and just other I guess people with the around the NBA, I guess they just kind of look down on that stuff, but that's just him basically blocking all that crap out, which he should. And he should almost like look up or praise the guy for some of that. So that way he's not on the, vomiting at the mouth at the mic and stuff like that. He's like, he cares, but he doesn't care about what I guess like these other people are trying to break him down to be. But
He proved to me he cared in the playoffs this year.
that's exactly.
I mean, he pretty much showed me he cared then.
I mean,
So-
he always cares, but it's like again, like he's not going to sit there and listen to all the hoopla. You know what I mean? And if someone
He's going to come back even with more vengeance
exactly
next year.
Exactly.
So I would almost put a bet right now for Jaylen Brown to be NBA MVP next year, maybe.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm not saying it would happen, but I'm pretty sure you could get good odds on that. So worth a flyer.
I'll take Anthony Edwards instead.
Well, so will I. Trust me. Okay. So will I. But we did talk about disappointments, and I heard the word dribble. So why not just transition? And no, we're not talking U.S. men's soccer, as one of the top coaching candidates has turned us down. But why would you want to come over here? You'll be unemployed soon, anyways. But the Euro and the Copa Cups have finally reached the finals. I mean, I say finally, but not happily, because it was fun having day games early on and then night games. I mean, doubleheader. That was just awesome. It was good quality soccer. So, Copa Cup takes place on, actually, before we get to the final, the third place game between Canada and Uruguay, Saturday night on FS1.
Yes.
Uruguay is a heavy favorite. You guys think Canada has a chance? Because it's kind of disappointing to play a third place game.
I think Canada does have a chance. Uruguay, I don't know. They struggled the other night. I don't know if that's Colombia doing that to them. I also didn't realize that Colombia. I mean, I guess I should have known better that Colombia has been playing a lot better over the last couple of years. Oh yeah, I mean,
like a 27 game undefeated streak.
Something
for Colombia now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Canada stands a chance. I mean, they proved themselves to get to where to even get in a position into the semifinals to have a chance to try to win it all. You got to beat some good teams to get there. And I don't know. Uruguay hasn't really shown me too much that says that Canada cannot keep up with them. So I think it's a possibility. I do think they have a chance.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. I give Canada a shot. Uruguay is going to be pretty pissed off. We'll see how they respond, because they sure weren't. They sure were going into the crowd letting people know how they felt after that game.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
So, which was crazy, but yeah, I give Canada a shot. I mean,
it was
it would be
Uruguay's
cool
fault
to see
that
them
they're in
win.
this game. It's
Sure,
Uruguay's
yeah.
fault. They were,
Yeah.
Colombia was a down a man, and Uruguay could not put crap on net. I mean, it was plenty of good attacks
for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
4 shots from that one dude. I don't know. Kyle, did you say they looked flat?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think
really
they were definitely playing not to lose. And Colombia said, let's go. We got it. And they came out, and it's a really good, really, really good squad. So the final will be Argentina against Colombia. Who are you guys taking?
I'm on the Colombia train. Let's go. Let's get Juan Valdez and his trusty mule. Let's bring him on over. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Argentina has it. They've won. They have not dominated. Clearly, they have the one that, I guess, if not the best player in the world right now. And I mean, yeah, I mean they should win the game, but I think Colombia can keep up with them. And if they play the way they have this whole entire tournament, I think they can pull it off. I really, really do.
Ryan?
I'm going with Argentina. Messi, of course. I think they played a little bit better defense. Like Uruguay had a lot of chances to score and just didn't. I don't think Messi and his team give up that many chances to score. So if they get a goal, it might be 1-0 if they win, but I don't think you can hold back Argentina from scoring. I see like a 3-1 Argentina game somewhere around there. So
okay,
like a 3-1.
4 goals.
Okay, T, give me a score for your game, for your match.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Colombia.
2-1 Colombia, and I am on a. I'm gonna go with Juan Valdez as well. I like Colombia 2-1.
Ooh,
yeah.
Come on over here. I got you can ride the mule.
That's right.
We can both ride the mule.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great final. Messi hasn't really been up to Messi standards.
You know how many goals they've given up in this Copa America? Argentina?
Argentina?
One.
Solo uno.
One.
What's the mean?
The whole tournament.
How many times they got on the penalty kicks though?
I
know one for sure.
That game against Ecuador.
Okay.
Just once.
I can't wait.
Argentina's the defending champs of the World Cup. I mean, they are the best in the world right now. They should win, but that Colombia team, they play with some. They're feisty.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be
similar to the USA men's basketball team.
What's that?
Argentina should win, just like the U.S. men's basketball team should win gold.
Yep,
right.
That's true.
They have the best players.
That's what it's on paper, but that's why you play the game, though, right?
True. Yep. Well, do we think
to win the game? Sorry.
Correct. That is correct.
No, how could I proceed?
That's right.
Hello.
So shifting to the Euro Cup, they don't play a third place game, so who cares? They only won the final. But we got Spain and England. England was the early favorite heading into this. This is going to be a fantastic match. Yes.
This is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Real good.
But Spain is a slight favorite over England.
Yes.
But Spain has won 6 for 6 in this tournament. So that's probably why. And this young 16-year-old sensation, Limal. Oh, I can't. But anyways, look that up.
Yeah, for Spain.
For Spain, yeah. Kid is turning 17. He's not even old enough to see an R-rated movie, and he's scoring goals in the Euro Cup, man.
Lamine Yamal.
Yes.
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, I mean, he'd already be...
Not your mom.
Hey
Your
man,
mom.
don't get old Judy all wound
Lavinia
up, man.
Ma.
She'll mess you up, man.
Me and your mom going to Vegas get married.
Joe Dirt
That's
there.
funny. Right.
Yep. Well, this is a huge tournament for
Yes.
Kane, for Patrick Kane, right? For
Harry
England.
Kane.
Harry Kane. Because he's never won a major tournament with England. Right. So, whether it be Wayne Rooney or some of these
he's the
other
Beckham
guys.
or the Rooney. Yeah, he's the Beckham. He's the Rooney. He's the leader of this team and never won anything yet. So, it's gonna be cool.
Didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's a huge,
super talented dude.
Yeah. But I think this is gonna be the better of the final out of the two.
Yeah, I agree.
But I expect both finals to be close. So, guys, give me your picks on this game.
Ooh.
Go ahead, T.
I am. You know what? I'm gonna take England for my boy Crow, aka Balzania. Yeah, he's a big fan.
He's British.
No, but his
Wanker.
He's from across the pond.
No, but his family is
down the Thames.
His family is, and yeah. So, and plus, I think my cousin was born over there, and so yeah, I'm gonna take England on this one. I'm gonna take them 2-0.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
It's no disrespect to Spain or anything like that. I honestly think Spain should win this game, but I was talking to Crow the other day, and he said something about England plays really good from behind. They got behind earlier in that other game. Boom, there they were, right back in it. So, and yeah, why not? I'm gonna hop on the old English and scrumpets.
Tea and crumpets.
English and scrumpets.
The English and the crumpets.
The scrumpets.
I'd like to know what a scrumpet is. But
hey,
I'll show you a scrumpet. Oh, Hawk Tua.
No, man, hats off to England, man. They made an awesome comeback against the Dutch, man. Being down 1-0 and the Dutch play good defense too. So that was a hell of a comeback to win 2-1.
That was great match.
In that game. Yeah. I watched the highlights of it. Didn't get to see it live because I got to work during the day, unfortunately. But
is that what you're doing?
I know. Yeah. Oh, kind of, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think it's going to be a real close game. I'm going to go Spain. You know what? I'm going to go with a lot of goals scored. I'm going to go 3-2. Spain over England. And that's Spain scored 13 goals in the tournament. They've doubled up England in the amount of goals scored. And I don't know, man. They're a little faster.
Good.
They're a little faster. They're a little more nimble on their feet. So
nimble.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I just. Are they
gonna play the game in Nimbley Stadium?
Yeah. I know. Right.
All right. Throw a red card on me. That was bad.
Right. Red card.
I will miss.
Yeah, there's no button for that.
Darn, we need a red card. There you go.
Well, how would you do a red card for audio? Red card!
Well, hello.
Right. I like that. But I think it's going to be it's 1-1, and I think Spain wins in penalty kicks.
I hope so.
So
I feel like that's pretty accurate too, though. I mean, it could easily go to penalty kicks and go either way at that point.
I mean, watching these European teams and even the South American teams, they're just such more smoothness to their game,
They're way more advanced. Yeah,
it's like the U.S. is like trying to be the point guard and dribble up and call play every single time up the pitch, So, but these guys are just so natural, and it's just boom, 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 and it's technician. It's quick. Even if nothing happens, the counterattack is the same way, and it's just a lot of skillful playing, and it's really sweet to see. But
I would go to Spain's coach De La Fuente and say, "We'll give you 15 mil. Come coach the U.S. team."
I mean,
15
right
million.
now or after the game?
I'm sure he makes
After
more
the
than that
game,
over there.
after they win.
Man,
I don't
if
know what he
they
makes.
beat England, that guy's a superstar for the rest of his
Yeah.
life and has nothing
Yep.
to worry about in the country.
Yeah.
That's one of those he could just retire and be a legend forever. So
20 million.
should be interesting. Jeez.
He's making
I
20
mean,
million
I
already.
know a little soccer. I know how to set a roster on FIFA. That means I could coach, right? I mean, the players got to have some accountability for not having any victories in these big games.
Right.
But I think it's time that we get to one of the things that everybody loves, and it's training camps are opening for the National Football League this weekend. So it's back. It's year round.
Is that right? Training camps are this weekend?
Rookies are reporting. So
rookies. That's right. Okay.
yeah. But that means the veterans are there. You know, it's go time, man. Like all the offseason stuff, which we'll talk a little bit about later down in this segment. But thoughts on training camps opening. How big of a deal is it for teams to get in and get to work?
Just a quick side note: Luis De La Fuente makes €1 million a year. That's it. 1 million. That's
Not
pretty
no
close
more.
to $1 million. Yeah, I guarantee the U.S. could throw 20 million at him, and he'd be like, that's a good challenge.
But they're not going to do that.
Good
though.
challenge. That's what I do.
Well, right.
But
I mean, you would definitely want to, throw some money towards somebody that's a veteran coach to try to wave
that
them
could
over
do
here,
it.
but
Yeah.
they're not going to do it.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I know they're going to try to land somebody and try to make a difference and all those things. I don't know, but I mean, clearly they need someone that has the ability to bring the soccer level that's across seas and even into South America to the U.S. team and be able to start spreading that out like a virus. Because
Sure.
we're behind. I mean, we're behind the rest of the world in soccer, and even though we have some very talented players, we don't look nearly like. I mean, look at Colombia. Colombia hasn't been. I mean, they've always been a stronger team, but at the same time, we've always been compared to be better than them. And that team, I mean, just the fluency throughout everything, and how they just smoothly go up and down the field, and just know that they'll hit a ball going 50 yards to looks like to
Yeah.
nobody, but they kick that ball there to a point to where they know that guy's going to be there eventually, or like just stuff like that. So I don't know if the U.S. is smart. They need somebody that can be able to, I guess, bridge the gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be able to stuff like that. We'll see if they pull the trigger though. I don't know. I don't see them throwing a lot of money around.
I say go get a young coach, an up and coming coach, not
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
not
tried
a
that,
bunch
it
of our
didn't
presidential candidates. Let's
Yeah.
not do that.
They've tried that, it didn't work. So
yeah.
We beat
Okay,
Medicare.
so I heard a little segment on the size of the fields are different for Copa Cup and the World Cup. It's a smaller field, so it changes how you play a little bit. I think it's like 15 feet less wider and 20 feet shorter than a World Cup field. So maybe that changed how the U.S. was going to play, but they should have known playing on that kind of field. They should have had plenty of time to practice for it. You could do
100%.
both. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just done trying to find another excuse for them for not doing better. Doing better. So, all right. Back to training camp.
yes, back to training camp. NFL.
Okay. I thought
2
you
months
were
away.
holding your finger up like you had one more side finger.
No.
Or side note.
NFL.
Or look at my light.
Look at my light.
Look at my light. That's right.
Very important for everyone to get in there, especially with all the moves and stuff made in the off season. Free agents to the rookies to just I guess players that need more development and more time to develop. So yeah, it's a big deal to get in there and start going, especially the rookies. Get in there and start getting those plays, and you get to know your teammates. And yeah, I mean it's a big deal. I can't believe the time's already here. Well, it's not already here, but yeah, we're getting it's around the corner.
Yeah, I think the Bears meet on, or actually, there's one team. Was it the Ravens start Saturday, the 13th, or rookies do? Rookies meet on Saturday for the Ravens, which is just crazy to me. I think they're the earliest team from when I was going through the list.
Wow.
Most of the rookies meet a week earlier. That's just the way it's always been.
Right.
Most teams do that, not every team. But yeah, by the 24th, every team will be in training camp. So, that's really close. Next week or the following week, Monday, every team will be in training camp, and can't wait. And I do think, like T said, it is important, for them to get some kind of fluid things going on that they're gonna be a part of. And the season's gonna be here before we know it. I mean, we'll blink and it'll be time already, so that's gonna go by real quick, but looking forward to it.
Hopefully the season doesn't go by quick. Hopefully it's,
I know, right? Yeah,
cherish it all in. And
yes.
I think it was August 24th. I think it's the first college game, so
yeah,
definitely looking forward to that too.
It's like 7 more Saturdays without football. That's it.
Yeah.
And 8 more Sundays, 8 more without NFL. So.
Yep. Well, you know what that means. Like here starting, that means every day when they have the team camp reports, that means everybody's looking great. Everybody's looking fantastic. And it's just going to be a great year for this team. And then.
Yeah.
Reality sets in. Yeah.
Cowboys will be right on top of that list. They're going to be.
Who was it? Did y'all see Harry Douglas on First Take? He said Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, what's
crazy enough?
Compared to what Hurts and.
No way, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Jared Goff.
I mean, once again, to beat a dead horse, like Dak is not a terrible quarterback. It's not that. I think it's the playoffs where he's had his struggles. So until you go and I guess at least get to the NFC Championship game, like you're always gonna have that monkey on your back. So I don't know. That's a bold statement though. Best quarterback in the NFC.
Well, Cowboys have 6 primetime games at least. We don't know about week 17 or 18 because sometimes flex scheduling changes that. But I mean, they have a ton of primetime games this year. So I've already got like the NFC schedule.
They're the top 3. The Jets, Niners, and Cowboys all have 6 primetime games. But that includes your Amazon Prime. I think the Cowboys played 2 Thursday games because they're playing Thanksgiving, and then they always play another Thursday game. So, count that for what you will. The Commanders have less than 3.
Well, were you shocked at that?
They got 2.
Isn't it kind of weird though that the Chiefs have 5? They have less than the Jets. The Niners I get, and the Cowboys
the Giants have 5 primetime games.
I showed 3.
Giants have 5 because I'm saying plus they play. Giants. Yeah, they play over in Berlin on week 10.
That's a day game.
So, yeah, but it's not in primetime there.
It's like an 8 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Oh, we're counting primetime in Europe. Okay.
Hey.
Well, then the Bucks have like 10 primetime games because at noon here it's 7 o'clock there. So.
The Giants are playing over there. You ding dong. Yeah. It's primetime for them.
4. Bucks have 4.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what NFL recognizes as a primetime game. Here in America,
Well,
the game's going to be on at 8 a.m.
I mean, so
They don't
that's a
recognize it as a primetime game. The NFL doesn't.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
Hey, you got your own show, Hard Knocks. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I agree with training camp. You need it. You need repetition. A lot of changing faces. A lot of quarterbacks coming off of injuries. So get your backup ready. Some
coaches.
QBs that are young, that have been drafted that are not ready to play, but maybe they get their reps. It's interesting to see. There's always an injury that happens that you don't expect. So
yeah.
Who's it gonna be? Who is
yep.
it gonna be?
It's always
hopefully no one on my fantasy team.
Yes, correct.
Oh, get
That's
out
what
of
I
here!
hope for.
You know it's gonna be somebody.
I hope not. Ugh.
Now that you said
Please. I know, right?
it's gonna happen.
Curse myself.
So
damn it.
Mark that part on the episode. So yeah, Ryan, you just mentioned it. The new Hard Knocks series for the offseason with the New York Giants has just come out, and as soon as I could today, I was watching both those episodes. And T, I think you did the same thing.
Yes,
that's
I did.
Excellent.
Cool.
And I can say that like at least what I have gathered from watching that is I can say I don't like how either how they edited this thing to make it look like they didn't care, or maybe even give Barkley his respect to a certain point. And then when they were sitting there saying, "Well, who else is gonna pay him that money?" And it's like, I mean, somebody will. Like there is somebody out there that's gonna do it. So there's no point in asking that question. It's like
I did hear a couple people say that when they were in the room talking about it. You mean? I did hear a couple people say somebody will pay him.
Somebody will pay him. Yeah, I did see that too.
Yeah.
But like they said, it was where the running back was on their priority list. If they needed it, that was their top need.
Once they kind of started to get around to that, it was just like, okay. So it's like, I mean, again, I'm not knocking them. It's just I was just kind of like, ooh, like if I were Saquon and I watched that, I'd be ticked off. Like, I mean, one is they're kind of joking around, and I don't think it's something to joke around about, and which made me think like, oh dang, they really just don't think highly of this guy, and I don't know, it's just one of those things. But I do get it though. I mean, they had to make a decision between him and Daniel Jones, and much like they said, it's Daniel Jones's time to get out there and get it done, or else they're gonna move on from that too.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty neat to hear the little joking combo about 2 first rounds and Burns and stuff like that, and
Right.
and then like it turns out that it's kind of I don't know exactly what the trade was for him and what they had to give up, but I thought that was kind of cool to see.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds, yeah.
Like a later round pick.
And a 7th round. 2 seconds and a 7th round.
7th round. Okay. But no, I think it's
well
neat.
worth it.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
That was a steal for the Giants.
But I mean, so far the 2 episodes I've watched, I mean, I dig it. I've always dug Hard Knocks. It's always funny to kind of go behind the scenes and see all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, Giants are they're in a situation where they're, I don't know. I mean, it's I guess not necessarily boom or bust, but they definitely need to make Daniel Jones. The pressure's on him. He's got to make progress. He just simply has to, especially with Neighbors being there. Like now it's not that you don't have an excuse. It's just that, you have a playmaker. These other receivers, they can definitely go and make plays for you too to get you a solid core of receivers there. But I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out, right? It's hard. It's always tough to tell. Everybody's winning the Super Bowl on day one. So,
so Sean, what's your response to how they're portraying Barkley, or what they're saying about him?
Well, I agree with the way that because Joe Shane said he didn't even know what the running back market was, so I think it was right for them to avoid a big distraction with franchise tagging him and letting him hit the open market, so he could see his value. And, we know how it turns out. He went to a division rival, but, they were willing to pay the extra price. And, you got to think too, it's got to weigh on Barkley a little bit, all the losing that he's had to endure. And,
Sure.
he said he wanted to be a Giant for life, and I believe him. But had he not had a couple of those injuries, maybe the Giants would have given Barkley that long-term deal earlier in his career, so we wouldn't have been in this predicament. But that's football, that's business. But
I think it's obvious the story is Barkley, at least these first 2 episodes, because they end with it every time. Like that's what that's the climax they're getting to.
Well, it's their best player. The Giants just lost their best player.
Like, so it's going to be curious. I do want to see if he comes back and tells them, and says, "Hey, the Eagles offered me this," and the Giants are like, nah, you're good, go. Or do they say, well, we can match it, but he says, nah. I'm wondering are they going to show that? Are the Giants going to want that out there? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a real good question.
I'm curious to see what happens with that.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the offseason, you see how much work they have to do. And it's a tough call. And like they kept saying, was value, great value. So with that money, the cap was $15 million more than they expected. So they immediately got their interest peaked again. And they talked about, signing all the top free agencies. But my favorite part so far was when they were at the draft combine and they were bringing the quarterbacks in. And they're like,
and they were interviewing them.
And they were like, chipper gold, XY, motion Z, 42 hopper, XY cross on. Okay. And then like 2 seconds later, it's like, okay,
repeat
what was that play? And then you got Dayball going, okay, move the X to the Y and the Y to the F and the F to the W and then da-da-da. And then, okay, spit this play. So that's impressive, the QB talk, because that just shows you how much you need to know just on the board, man, just before it's even put on in real action. So I think that just shows, one, how calm they can do it in front of people they've never met, and illustrate what they know on the inside, and then let teams decide on them.
But you know what it made me wonder too? It made me wonder, like, so a guy like Brady, obviously, he would probably come up to the line, see what the defense was, and change the play to what he wanted, But does a rookie really going to have that much input? He's going to have the mic in his helmet, the coordinator saying exactly what the play is. He's just got to know what it is.
Yeah, but they're going to cut the mic off and the helmet off at like 15 seconds on the play clock.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm saying at the beginning of the huddle,
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm curious to know, but it's good. Obviously, good information to have.
Yeah, and then watching
know your plays.
Okay, what do you think you guys 40 time would be at the combine?
Man,
I don't know.
Do we have to put injury? Do we got to put the plate of wings at the end of the 40-yard line, like Dayball said, and he'd run a 7-second 40-yard dash?
I would hope I could run a 7-second, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't sprinted in some time, and I feel like I'll get 20 yards, and there goes the hammy or something. So,
could you beat Rich Eisen?
What's he run?
What did he run? I remember
like a 5.7, or no, it's like 8.
Oh yeah, an 8.
Let me see. Hold on.
I remember him running that thing years ago. It's just funny the way he was running.
He does it every combine.
Mm-hmm.
Does he do it every combine? I don't know.
5.98.
Yeah, 6. 5.98. 6 flat.
Yep. So 6
could
flat.
You beat a 6?
Could I beat a 6? I mean, I got confidence in myself, so I'd say yes. But there's definitely a voice in my head that's just laughing its ass off right now, thinking like, "Yeah, right, buddy." So I don't know. What about y'all?
Sean, could you?
Oh yeah, yeah. But I would.
You could run a 6.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I think so.
Dang.
I'd
I'll
have to
say
stretch for like 2 days beforehand, but
I'll say
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe.
depends. What's the prize? I mean, like they
All
said,
I know
put
is Xavier Worthy did look faster than anyone else when he was
Man,
running it.
and smooth
Oh.
too. Like he was.
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
so
damn, that dude can
smooth.
run.
And then he
You
ran
can
it
tell
again.
he's a track star. Yeah.
Yeah, he ran
He
it.
You
ran
can
it
tell
twice.
he's a track star.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Ooh.
So
Cool.
Yeah,
Kansas
I mean,
City's
nice.
gonna have fun with him.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say they got themselves a weapon. That is for sure.
Yep.
Patrick
Next
has got
Tyreek
to
Hill.
Patrick's got to
Could
be
be.
happy about that.
Well, it's a lot of behind the scenes work that you don't see, from the scouts. So they're on the
Yeah.
road all the time. So if you guys could be a scout for any sport, which one would you pick?
Ooh.
Baseball.
Football. I do football. Baseball would be fun, but man, I don't know.
You
I'm
could
better
go
at analyzing
international
football.
basketball and baseball. You could go international, but
True.
football. I mean, that's a lot of colleges to go scout, but I think it'd be awesome to do any of them. But
Yeah,
I'd probably go.
any of them.
Man, I don't know. For a scout, I'd probably go football. I think, but the chance to go international traveling, rack up my frequent flyer miles, sure, why not? But so T, you started wide receiver. What are your thoughts on the episodes?
I was talking to my pops right before we started today, and I was saying, I was like, I like the show. I like getting under the helmet with with these guys and stuff like that. And it's I mean, those shows are great. Quarterback and now receiver, they're fun. I think I like quarterback a little bit better, but that's like I'm only on episode 3 or so, and so I'm gonna finish it all and then get a judgment after that. But I think it's good. I think it's good. Um, I don't know what it is, but it, when they I guess they film or they spotlight the guys' wives and girlfriends, man. It's like it's just it's kind of annoying. It's just like
The
like
family life.
I mean, no. The family life's all fine and dandy. I think that's great. But like when they're at the game and stuff, it's like Devontae's wife was saying something like, "He's wide open." It's like, well, he's open because he's Devontae. But I mean,
Right.
wide open's a different thing. Like if he's down the field, they're not throwing the ball to him when he's got no one around him. That's a little bit different. I mean, as far as like winning your route, sure. Like I get that being open in their mind, but I don't know. It's just it's little things like that where it's like, man, stop messing with them, man. Let's focus more on the other stuff. I know it's part of the program, and that's all. That's all it is. But I think it's good though.
I gotta catch up to you, T. I haven't started most of it. I've just seen the
You'll see.
trailer and watched like the first 5 minutes of episode 1. But
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see what I'm saying. I think,
I'll have
but
to get into it.
it's good though. It's fun. Like Kittle is
That dude's
he's
awesome.
He's just flat out awesome. He's wild. He's crazy. I dig it, man. I've always dug him since he's come into the league, and I guess even at Iowa too. Watching him play college and stuff, but yeah, he's just straight up fun. He's just so much fun, and yeah, I think again, it's a great show, whether it be quarterback or receiver. Like I'm glad they did something, and yeah, I mean, I really like it so far.
So what's the next one going to be? Linebacker?
Maybe running back.
I don't know. Tight end. That's why
they've already done receiver. They did Kittle. So I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. I was going to say, like, it's called receiver, and you have Kittle. He's a tight end.
Well, he is a receiver. He does catch the ball.
I know, but if they would have done
It's not
Kittle
called wide
and
receiver.
Why don't they do?
okay.
Why don't they do?
In the technical term,
yeah,
yes.
Oh my goodness, this guy is no crust. Golly, man. Oh goodness.
He runs like he's from Braveheart.
Yeah, he runs like.
That's how I would run my 40 times.
Oh man, that was funny too.
PDA style, yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. The mullet would be flowing.
It would just be your back flap. Just
I know. Looks like the mud flap on a truck.
Right.
Letting all the BS out, that's for sure.
But no, I mean, well, could you imagine if they had taken Kittle out? Maybe you see Tyreek Hill. But then, wait, they've already made that show. It's called The Guy with 1,000 Babies or something like that on Netflix.
Well, he was on Hard Knocks a lot too, so that's probably why.
I bet he was. Now he's got 10 kids.
He was hard knocking something.
He definitely got hawked to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And now his checking account is going to take it and a hit to a
the hit is going to get hit to it. That is for sure. I think maybe some of it's too, like much like with the quarterback thing when they went and asked quarterbacks to follow, and a lot of them declined it. I mean, it could be the same thing as the receivers where they asked a bunch of people and people just said no, which I get. Like I do.
Well, who else could they have followed instead? Who's some other wide receivers that would have been cool to follow? Jamar Chase?
Jamar, that's what I was going to say. Chase for sure.
Mike Evans?
Mike Evans would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
DK Metcalf?
Metcalf. I was about to say Metcalf. I don't know. I mean,
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Yeah, I was going to say
that's a good one.
Wouldn't mind watching him, or Garrett Wilson. Seeing how he did when Aaron Rodgers went down. I want to see his reaction.
Yeah.
That's probably part of it too. I bet they might have asked him, and he'd been like, he probably said
Diggs
no
struggling.
because he doesn't want to have to deal with all the drama that's going to come with it. Because I mean,
I
don't know. It's one of those things you see all that stuff go on, and then people are going to start talking about it, and you just don't need another distraction. The Jets don't need any other distractions this year. They need to, fingers crossed, that they can at least win the first couple of games. If not, I don't even know.
Maybe they could have followed Puka Nacua.
Puka?
George that'd have been kind of cool.
But he was a rookie, and they didn't really know what he would do, I'm sure. So
that's true, though. They had no idea that was going to happen. But
yeah, I think there's a few other receivers you could have followed, and you could have shown Kadarius Toney maybe on the bench, but
no, please.
Yeah, I was going to say,
don't make us suffer with that. Jeez,
you wouldn't make me suffer. Just put me straight to sleep.
You suffer. I had to endure that. Okay, that's why we shook
He would
off.
give you that 8:00 nap, huh?
The 8:00 nap. That's right. 8 p.m. nap.
Mm-hmm.
Who naps at 8 p.m.?
It'd be tough. It's tough to put in passes in practice. Yep. Where's your brother out?
Exactly.
The next series they need to do is called Kicker. If they can fall around the punters and they
and just start the series with Adam Sandler's "Lonesome Kicker" song. That's all. It's already
been written.
See, good idea.
We just created a show.
Well, I mean, they have like the whole tight end university, and then they have like the sack summit. So probably like a defenders series, I think, is probably coming up next.
Yeah,
maybe
I was thinking someone on defense.
I mean, like a defensive one. You could follow like Max Crosby. I mean, Parsons. Dexter Lawrence would be a good follow. Yeah, Parsons. That's always content right there. Chris Jones.
Who?
TJ Watt.
Yeah, the Watt, the Bosa's.
Myles Garrett.
Garrett would be a good one. So yeah, there's a lot more characters on defense too. So, and like Devontae was telling Max Crosby, defensive ends are a lot like wide receivers with their technique and their hands placement and their, first move being important. So that'd be kind of a cool little connection if they did that next. But
that's true.
I agree.
That's true.
Oh man,
that's definitely true.
Man. We'll see how it happens. But guys, I think we could go ahead and call this a night. So Ryan, do your social media shout out.
Well, first I want to give a shout out to all our new followers we've gained over the past few days. So it's been pretty awesome.
Guys.
Yes,
yeah, we appreciate it all, and hope we can provide some meaningful content to you. So,
also,
but you can follow us. Oh, go for it.
Also, big shout out to all my friends and people in Houston, man. Like my buddies and other people have been out without power for some time, and it sucks. So hopefully they get all that restored and people can kind of get back to
San Angelo has sent some care packages over there, and there's been, I read a story they sent 20 electricians over there too to help out, to help them try to get power back. So that's pretty cool.
My good friend did his, then their AC went out. So
okay,
but
wow,
they're making some progress. It's just I just wanted to say shout out.
Hats off to them. So
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but like you said, you can follow us on Facebook. Obviously, like these people we're grateful for. You can find us at the Real Tree Shaker Show on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on X. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on iHeart. Check us out. Listen to us. Make a suggestion on what you want to hear. Comment. Send us a message. Let us know. We love to hear from our fans, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, yes.
I don't know about that one. I might have to give it to a little bit of that is a question to ponder.
He cuts the crust off his sandwiches. That's all I'm getting at.
True.
What are y'all talking about?
True. Well,
Right. Well, that's right. Oops. Sorry.
It's okay. When in Rome,
That's right. When in Rome. But as always, thanks for listening. We'll be back again. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. Peace.
Peace, guys.